tonight, you gotta shine. Oh baby, listen, the music is power. I wanna stay all the night. I wanna hold you tonight. Baby, let me stay now. I'm alright, babe, because you want it. Ready to dance. Beat up the rising sun, beat up the rising sun. You gotta feel the dance, it's always in your heart. Feeling the time to come, beat up the rising sun. I wanna feel your heart, the power of the sun. Beat up the rising sun, beat up the rising sun. You gotta feel the dance, it's always in your heart. Feeling the time to come, beat up the rising sun. I wanna feel your heart, the power of the sun.
All right. Let's see. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Fucking ads. I
This-
swear to God, man. It should be good. Perfect. Let's roll this. Be here.
Welcome to the first in my series of primers focused on the universe of Warhammer 40,000. If you're watching this, you may well be brand new to the all-encompassing hobby we call 40k. But what is it? What's it all about, and why should you consider looking into it any further? Well, for one reason, in recent times, people's appetites have been reawakened to highly immersive TV series like Game of Thrones, or movie franchises with a decent backstory. 40k goes considerably far beyond these examples. It is one of the biggest miniature war games in the world, and features an ever-evolving story that expands in written text, video games, and of course its original and arguably most important feature, the miniatures of its tabletop game. It is created and owned by Games Workshop, a UK-based company producing tabletop games and associated materials. Now, I will cover elements of 40k as briefly as I can today, but I won't skimp on detail just for the sake of time. It's as to the point as I can make it, but if you want to know more about specifics here on my channel, I've covered in detail some of the core background areas of the game, which is continuing to expand. I'll also be continuing to produce short primers to the world of 40k, and I'll also be continuing to make the longer form content which is featured regularly here on the channel. Often referred to by those already consumed by Warhammer 40,000 as the hobby, 40k is not one thing to one person. It is a highly detailed narrative spanning multiple empires, from world-ending galactic campaigns to lowly individual soldier stories. It is a series of usually middle-of-the-road video games with a few standout gems. It's a hobby of addictive miniature painting and crafting, and it is a tabletop war game now established for over 30 years. It has spawned a variety of smaller games designed to be played without acquiring a huge army, games like Space Hulk, Necromunda, and Kill Team, and these often require only say 6 to 10 pieces per side and are very accessible for new players, whereas standard Warhammer 40,000 tabletop may require larger armies with many pieces. Now, before we come to the lore, it is worth looking at the original tabletop game, this
Big
will give you a
box.
better understanding of just everything
Go.
about it. If you've never seen or encountered a tabletop
Canoness
game, this is
with
not
jump
important,
pack.
it's actually very simple. Usually 2 players will engage in a
That's-
battle
that's gonna be
laid
the
out
first
on
one
a
we do.
table at your home or a gaming venue.
Seraphim
The area of play will be
squad.
set with terrain pieces, often crafted and
These
painted
names are
by the
cool as
players,
shit.
and they will alternate turns moving
Literally
their
an
miniature
angel.
soldiers or vehicles, and will resolve engagements through random
And
dice
then
rolls
the
according to
Exorcist.
specific rules and combinations of preset unit stats.
That's cool.
There may or may not be a mission for one side to achieve, and these games can be highly strict or open to player interpretations. Players will usually paint their miniature soldiers for use on the battlefield, and these can be in a variety
Jesus,
of factional
this is a big
designs
one.
and colours. Some people prefer their involvement in 40k to be focused
Okay.
entirely
Okay, let
on
me see.
this hobby of painting,
Let's do the
designing and
smaller ones
modifying these
first.
miniature units. In this part of
Or should we do the
40K
tank
is
first?
all-consuming as the lore or the tabletop. Some may choose to split their time between
So
each
these are
part
the-
or devote all their
these are like the
hobby
jump
to one
packs?
piece of the whole 40k
Stands, I
hobby, be
guess?
that the lore, tabletop, or the painting
Okay,
design.
leave them
element.
aside. I have a little tray
Now
thing
comes
here.
the challenge for me,
Little bucket, so I
summarising
can put all the little
40K.
bits into that.
Warhammer 40,000 is set in the distant future.
Right, let's
It's
see.
beset by
What's
galactic
this?
war from a skirmishing city turf war level through to
What is
planetary
this?
conquest and system-wide campaigns fought through its space and planets.
Who
Far
is
more
this?
pessimistic than most other deep lore universes, and also regularly borders
What
on
number?
what we would describe as space horror.
So,
Now,
this piece is
40K
one.
is primarily focused around humanity, which has through many thousands of years achieved an unimaginable level of technology, and then lost the majority
wait,
of this
this is-
zenith through a devastating war. Humanity after this ancient war was left broken and fragmented across the
That's
galaxy.
one.
It would be later reunified by one godlike individual known as the Emperor of Man, and he would set in motion the new order for mankind known as the
Okay, okay.
Imperium of Man. But a devastating civil war known as the Horus
See, this
Heresy
is my problem now.
before
That, like,
mankind before the Emperor could complete his goals for humanity, and he would instead now become a
So this
force
one-
enshrined on Earth for terror. Humanity would become shattered by this civil war, and after a slow, painful recovery,
Okay, so
it has
there's 3
become
different
for the
heads I can
longest
put on
time
this
a
one.
stagnant
Ah,
civilization,
okay.
suffocating under its own bureaucracy. The Imperium has begun making the smallest
Ooh.
steps towards advancement in the most recent days of its
Now, does a different head
it
affect
still
what it
stands
is?
as a strange juxtaposition of ancient tech that is beyond the comprehension of many of its
Not too
citizens.
sure.
It is a weak and precarious civilization, simultaneously able to wield immense military power. Humanity itself, through
Well, I like the
thousands of
red
years
colour,
of conflict
instead
with
of-
alien
it's like a
races,
reverse.
were more
That's
often
very
than
cool,
not
actually.
excessively hostile.
There's
and
like-
become a
I
highly
don't know if you can see properly, but there's like a
xenophobic
head with
race.
a.
Views almost all other races
There's just
as needing
her.
to be
There's one with a.
exterminated,
We can see the
as
hair and a
almost no
mask.
morals or ethics as to how
there's one with a
this is to be
hood.
achieved. The galaxy-spanning empire of humanity is essentially
Oh, she has a
a
sword too.
totalitarian state that worships
Nice.
the Emperor of Man.
Chain
the Imperium
sword.
of Man has large, if not complete, control over its citizens, including many aspects of their lives, economy, social life,
Interesting.
education, private lives, science, and indoctrination into its ideology. Any who are not seen to be a follower of the Emperor may and will be persecuted as heretics. And this is
Nice.
often largely open to interpretation and leads to large-scale abuses of power and executions. The Imperium uses this deep
Okay, so different weapons do different things.
ideology to control and mobilize mass populations of its citizenry for its armies like the Imperial Guard and Imperial Fleet. It also will utilize its citizens to fulfill whatever
Okay, so
role
all the
it
melees are the
These
same.
roles can and often are fairly unpleasant, especially when the rule
Except
of
for
law is often
2
severe and absolute.
Chainsword.
Humanity also wields in its arsenal the Emperor's greatest gift, the military sledgehammer known as the Imperial Astartes.
So she has
These
one
are
gun.
the iconic space
Yeah, one
warriors,
gun.
genetically enhanced superhuman warriors who represent the pinnacle of human modification.
God, they
and
look really cool.
power. Their forces have access to some of the most powerful weapons and force multipliers humanity.
Okay, so these ones you have to
Much of this
actually
tech is
glue
ancient and
glue on.
requires
Okay,
careful
that's good.
care
That's good.
and repair by specialists dedicated to
So you can actually
protecting
keep them
this critical
separate.
knowledge. But as powerful as humanity is, even with its small progression in its most recent times, it still stands on the edge of annihilation by various alien races or entities. Humanity somehow has survived to this point despite being on an almost
Okay,
permanent
so
risk
once
of
we-
complete destruction and forced extinction. Within the lore, this has nearly happened on multiple occasions.
I think what I'm gonna do is cut them all
Humanity
out.
now in the Imperium of Man are the remnants of those survivors, a highly ignorant,
Yeah,
fearful
I think-
people in a fairly constant state of decay.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream because what I'm gonna have to do is just cut them all out.
Often lost.
and like go out and
The Imperium
prime them
Humanity
before I do
primary
anything,
goal is
because
to locate lost
if I put them
technology
together
from the
now
period
and
of
I
mankind, known as the Dark Age of Technology,
spray it,
otherwise referred to as the Golden
I'm gonna
Age.
miss bits.
It also focuses upon the continued defense and expansion of its territories, and of course the extermination of all.
It'd be easier to
alien
paint
races,
these as well
known
when they're
collectively as the
individuals and then stick them together, I think.
Because humanity has become so violently and ignorantly
think that's what I'm
xenophobic
gonna
in
do.
the far future, it
Yeah,
also
yeah, that's
has
what I'm gonna
no
do.
qualms about
Just gonna stop this really quick.
planetary levels of genocide.